When the sun's warm rays touched the calm water of the duck pond, small ripples appeared on its surface, just like when someone or something happily stirred in their sleep, and that is exactly what happened inside the cozy nest hidden among the reeds by the pond. All of them slept peacefully, making soft noises until one sunny morning, a loud squeaking woke them up. Squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm so hungry. The youngest duckling whined. Me too. The others chimed in unison. On the opposite shore, the forest began with its ancient oak and pine trees. She asked the frogs, toads, and dragonflies, but none of them had seen the little duckling. The forest was dark and scary, and Mama Duck became more and more worried about her little boy. In the morning, however, he awoke to soft singing. Startled, he peeked out from between his wings. To his surprise, he saw a beautiful bluebird perched on a leaf not far away, but the foxes only snarled and bared their sharp teeth. "Oh, Finn," she cried, hugging him tightly. "You were so brave. I'm so proud of you, but I couldn't have done it without you," Bluefin replied, looking at the bluebird. "Thank you for saving me." "Of course," Blue chirped with a smile. "After all, we're friends, aren't we?" "Friends," Finn repeated happily, and from that day on, Finn was no longer the littlest, saddest duckling, but brave Finn, who stood up to two foxes and made friends with a bluebird, and everyone in the forest knew his name. Suddenly, a strong wind ruffled Mama Duck's feathers, and she heard a familiar voice. "Leave my mom alone," it squeaked. The foxes turned their heads toward the sound and saw the little duckling standing bravely in front of them. Well, one of the foxes said with a sly grin. "Looks like we have some company, and what are you going to do about it?" "Little one, I may be small," the duckling replied, "but I'm not afraid of you. If you want to eat us, you'll have to eat me first." The fox burst out laughing. "So brave! How adorable!" it sneered. "But your bravery won't save you." With lightning speed, the fox pounced on the duckling. However, at that moment, a stone flew past the fox's head and landed with a thud on the ground. "What was that?" the other fox exclaimed, hiding his face between his bushy tail and hind legs. "Who's there?" Startled by the sudden noise, the fox that had tried to catch the duckling jumped back and hid behind a tree. Suddenly, a bluebird landed on a nearby branch. "Who's trying to eat these ducks?" it chirped loudly. "It was me," the sneaky fox mumbled, ashamed. "We were just hungry," he added timidly. "Well, there's plenty of food in the forest," the bluebird replied sharply. "So leave these ducks alone. Now, before I change my mind and decide to chase you out of the forest forever." The foxes nodded quickly and disappeared into the underbrush. "Who are you?" the duckling asked suspiciously. "My name is Blue, and I live in that tree," the bird replied, tilting its head. "Why are you hiding here all by yourself?" "I'm lost," the duckling whispered. "I wandered away from my family last night, and now I don't know where to find them." Blue tilted its head. "Lost, huh?" Then, noticing the frightened expression on the duckling's face, it added reassuringly, "Don't worry, I'll help you." "Really? Oh, thank you," the duckling replied gratefully. Where could he be? What if something bad had happened to him? Blue flew ahead and occasionally landed on a branch to show the duckling the way. After walking for a while, they reached a clearing. And there, in the distance, the duckling heard a familiar quack. "Do you hear that?" he exclaimed excitedly. "That's my mom," he cried, and raced in that direction. Blue swooped down next to him. "Wait," it chirped. "Let me go check it out first." The duckling stopped and nodded obediently. Blue flew a bit farther and suddenly let out a loud squeak. "It's them," it shouted, circling above the duckling. "Your mom is over there, and some nasty foxes are trying to get close to her." "What?" the duckling gasped. Without hesitation, he began racing toward his mother. "Help!" he screamed at the top of his lungs. Just then, she saw the turtle sticking its head out of the pond. "Turtle, have you seen my son?" "Which one?" "There were so many," the turtle replied innocently. "We were swimming together, and then he disappeared," Mama Duck said, her voice trembling. "Oh, right," the turtle said, thoughtfully scratching its head. "He went that way," it added, pointing with its flipper. "That way," Mama Duck repeated, hurrying in the direction the turtle had indicated. Just then, she spotted the beetle floating on the water's surface. "Beetle, have you seen my son?" Which one?" "You have so many," the beetle replied innocently. "We were swimming together just a moment ago, and then he disappeared." Mama Duck explained anxiously. "Ah, yes. Now I remember," the beetle said, snapping its jaws. "He went that way?" it added, pointing with its leg. "That way," Mama Duck repeated. "Thank you, quick." The beetle dove under the water. Lilies and Mama Duck hurried in the direction it had indicated, but the little duckling wasn't scared at all. After all, his mama was somewhere nearby, and nothing bad could happen to him as long as she was around. Or could it? The duckling stepped onto the shore and soon realized that he was truly lost. He looked around. The sky had become cloudy, and heavy raindrops began falling. Soon, the forest floor became muddy and slippery. "Oh, dear," the little duckling said, shivering from both the cold and fear. Suddenly, he noticed a log lying nearby. It looked like a nice dry shelter. The duckling jumped onto the log, curled up into a ball, and fell fast asleep. Suddenly, a beautiful mallard with emerald green feathers and a bright orange bill poked her head into the nest. "Good morning, my dears," she said softly. "Are you hungry?" "Very," the ducklings answered in chorus. Mama Duck smiled and gently nudged them out of the nest. "Then let's go for a swim," she suggested. "There's plenty of tasty fish for everyone today." Together, the ducks swam, dived, and splashed in the shallow water until they had eaten their fill. In this nest snuggled 6 cute ducklings, 5 little girls, and 1 little boy. "Wait," he cried, realizing he was all alone. He quickly turned around, but the others were nowhere to be seen. Startled, the little duckling began paddling frantically. Suddenly, he saw a beetle floating on the water's surface. "Excuse me?" he asked timidly. "Have you seen a family of ducks around here?" "Which way did they go?" "That way," the beetle said, pointing with its leg. "Thank you." The duckling called after it and swam in the direction it had indicated. However, after a while, the beetle didn't see the family of ducks anywhere. He thought, maybe I was mistaken. Just then, a friendly-looking turtle popped its head out of the water. "Hello," the turtle greeted the beetle. "What can I do for you?" "I'm looking for a family of ducks," the beetle replied. "I think I saw them over there," the turtle said, pointing with its flipper. "Thank you," the beetle said gratefully and disappeared under the water lilies. "Now, where did I see those ducks again?" The turtle scratched its head with its back leg and closed its eyes. One of the little ducklings chased a particularly large frog and accidentally swam far away from the rest of the group. Meanwhile, the duckling continued swimming. He paddled past tall reeds and colorful dragonflies until he reached the other side of the pond. Meanwhile, Mama Duck was frantically looking for her missing child. As she searched, the rain began pouring down in torrents. The little duckling spent the whole night on the log, hiding his face under his little wings. Together, the bluebird and the duckling walked through the forest. Meanwhile, Mama Duck was indeed in danger. 2 foxes had surrounded her and were slowly closing in. "Leave me alone," she cried, backing away. When they were gone, Mama Duck rushed to her son. And that's all for today. See you next time.